Alright, so now we're going to talk about the Code Club model. How do we actually facilitate a Code Club? Well, the first thing that we get is a really big question. That question is, how do I run a Code Club if I don't know how to code? And it really is a big problem, right? I mean, a lot of us, librarians, people that are not coders, we don't think of ourselves as technical people. And it's kind of like there's technical and non-technical people. So how are we going to help these kids do something so technical if we're not doing it ourselves? The other thing is, aren't you supposed to know how to do something if you're going to teach someone how to do it? I mean, how can I teach someone how to fly a plane if I don't know how to fly a plane? Right? Well, Code Club actually addresses all these things and more. So Code Club solves this problem through a hybrid model of learning. So in the hybrid model of learning, technology provides the curriculum and it leads the learning journey. And then you are not a teacher, but a facilitator. Let's go over that model a little bit more in depth. We have 3 parts to the model. The first part is the adult, that's you. We have the software, which is Prenda, and then we have the kids in the Code Club. The adult in the room, that is you. The very first thing we want you to know is that you are not a teacher. That means no lectures. You don't have to give step-by-step instructions, and you're definitely not solving problems for the kids. So if you're not doing those things, then what are you doing? Well, we found out that there are 3 key roles that you as a facilitator play in Code Club. The very first thing you are is a cheerleader. What is a cheerleader? That's someone that's going to come in and they're going to really create that emotional environment that helps kids to succeed in Code Club. That looks like giving high fives, that looks like learning names, that looks like all of those things that are really encouraging them to continue to move forward. The second thing you are is a mentor. A mentor is someone that asks good questions. A mentor is someone that encourages students not to give up when they get stuck. And the final thing you are is a facilitator. That means that you're pointing to resources. That means that you are doing all those things that provide the structure for the environment for them to learn. So my question to you, with those 3 roles, how much coding expertise is required to be a cheerleader, mentor, and facilitator? That's right. Zip, 0, zilch, nada, nothing. It doesn't require any coding expertise in order to give a high five. It doesn't require any coding expertise in order to ask a good question or create that space for them. We gave this training a little while back, and it was really amazing. We had one of our facilitators, Anne, share this quote, and I actually want to read it because it's so powerful. She said, "It struck me that being a Code Club facilitator is similar to being a librarian. I don't need to be an expert on tractor repair, the history of China, or cake decorating in order to help someone learn about those things." And I thought, isn't that so true? I mean, as a librarian, this is what you do. You're in the storehouse of knowledge, and you are pointing people to those resources. You're facilitating the process of them learning. The second part is the software. So in our model, the software becomes the subject matter expert. That means that you can lean on the Learn to Code software to teach the kids how to code. You yourself don't have to be an expert because the computer is the expert. What does that mean? Well, first there's the curriculum piece. In here we have curriculum that's going to take students from not knowing anything about coding to being able to build apps and websites and games. They're never going to run out of stuff, you don't have to worry about that, and there's always more for them to learn. The other part is the projects. So in the software, it's not just enough to learn, but in coding you've got to actually get your hands dirty and do. And so that's what the projects are for. The projects are actually places they can go and apply what they've learned and build real stuff, real websites, real apps, real games. And so all that is within the software that's going to help them apply those concepts towards something real. The third part is the kids. So what are the kids doing in this whole model of how we learn? Well, the kids part, first of all, is that they're self-paced. So what does that mean? It means after that very first code club, you've watched the video and done the hour of code, kids can go 90 miles an hour and rip through Scratch and HTML and all this stuff, or they can go at a snail's pace if they want and dive really deeply into one thing. We don't tell them what to do because this isn't school. We're not saying that by the end of the semester you have to learn this much. No, they can actually go and be self-guided. They can go at in addition to going at their own pace, they can find what's interesting to them and really dive deep into that. And so they're doing that as well. They're finding something that they like, they're building what they like, and they're going for what they want. The last part is that it's pro-social. What does that mean? Well, we've heard it said that, it's a quote out there actually, that anyone can learn how to code, but it's just really hard. And you can imagine, if you're just typing away on a computer at home alone, that's a really hard way to learn how to code. We know that learning happens best in a social environment, and especially for something like coding, it's really great when they have their peers as a resource. So the kids are coming together, they're supporting each other in the learning process, they are creating that incentive. Hey, there's a group, there's a place I can go to actually learn and work on these things.